Wide Web is changing music in profound and profane ways. Aesthetics, the relationship of performer and audience, and money-making are all affected.
The digital age has radically changed the music market. But while the industry continues to complain, a globally networked, creative and independent music scene has been busy establishing itself. The boys from Keyboard Rebel in Manchester are part of that new scene. They're signed up with the internet label R Records. As a gig they played in Berlin goes to show, even music that's freely available online at no cost can find a live fan base.
With all the internet stuff and everything that R is doing as a new label, it feels like that's kind of a new rock and roll almost. It's like a cutting-edge side to music that's starting to come through.
In the 80s there were punk 80s mixtapes, but now this is really, hopefully, you know, a golden era where everybody can share their music freely.
They may be causing panic in the music industry, but for many musicians, these developments represent an opportunity to present their work on the internet via platforms such as blogs, communities, social networks, and of course their own websites. But out in the ether that is the World Wide Web lurks the artist's greatest enemy, the prospect of remaining a total unknown. To avoid such a scenario and generate maximum publicity, musicians are more frequently hooking up with net labels. They offer a selection of the best tracks and free MP3 downloads. Net label operators Christian Grasser and Jochen Dreyer perceive music as a social process. Copying, distribution, remixing, all of it perfectly legal. For them, the creative potential of music can only be unlocked if it is free.
In the theory of evolution, for example, there are variations in certain characteristics. And if these variations didn't exist, nothing new could develop. The same applies to music. The internet provides a forum for niche interests. As soon as there's a commercial aspect, as soon as there's pressure to earn money, nothing new can arise.
The experimental German band 21 Neubauten are an example of how successful internet niches can be. The epicenter of their activities is their official website with its interactive Supporters project, a model many others have since adopted. New recordings are made possible exclusively through the financial support of the group's fans and without the involvement of a record label. The principle is straightforward. Fans become supporters and pay $35. In return, they get exclusive versions of CDs, downloads and DVDs. Via webcam, they can also visit the band in their rehearsal room or even chat with them online.
It's a model, and it's a transferable model. I think it could also become a platform for other bands or even other disciplines to make their presence felt.
Robert Draco-Giannakis, singer with the Cologne band Angelika Express, is also convinced that record labels are superfluous. He followed the example of 21 Neubauten and called on fans via the group homepage to buy shares to finance the production of the new album Goldener Trash. The required sum of 25,000 euros was raised in just a few days. Ich hab Gefühle, die du gar nicht kennst, denn du bist schließlich allein gespenst.
It's very appealing to shorten this route, to cut out the label, cut out the middlemen and approach the public directly, communicate directly with the fans. And because we already have a certain standing, and we're pretty well known as a band, that makes it much easier.
The internet also harbors opportunities for unknown artists. In the old days, you recorded the album first as a way of generating a fan base. Now it can also be the other way around. Our third example is the Polish songwriter Julia Marcel. She uploaded 3 of her songs onto the internet platform Celeband. The platform is a place where upcoming artists can appeal for support by asking fans to buy shares. In just 3 months, Julia's fans invested a total of $50,000. The singer moved to Berlin, where she released her debut album.
It really changed my life. Before Celeband, I was just recording songs for myself in my hometown, composing them in my bedroom and playing for a couple of friends. And after Celiband, I had a chance to release the album. It's just some new stepping stone, and I think the artists will find a way to make music, to make a living of it.
But there are negative aspects to this brave new internet world. Musicologist Bjorn Gottstein wonders how musicians can ever hope to earn money from their recordings. Selling CDs is a thing of the past, and no one really knows what the future holds.
It's time to accept the situation and stop whining about it. There's no point in saying that the market's going to collapse. Let it collapse. Then there'll be a new kind of market and other ways of sharing artistic products. And actually, that's really something.
Even though musicians have to fight hard for attention in a crowded marketplace, the internet is bristling with innovative marketing tools. In the 21st century, artists can bypass the money-based machinations of the music industry and maybe even hit the big time.